Greetings, everybody, and welcome to another episode of FaB GaB. We do this mostly on Sundays. I'm not sure about next Sunday. We'll let you know as the time goes on. This is Joe Mayo on my channel, Mean Mr. Mayo on YouTube, and I'm joined first by my co-host Matthew Street. Hello, Matt.
Hey, Joe.
And of course, don't forget to subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. We have a special guest here this time for this show, none other than Andy Nichols.
Yeah, Andy.
Hi, Andy.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Awesome having you here.
You are welcome to be here. And you may know him from a Paul McCartney video cast called Two Legs that he does with his partner, Tom Hunyadi. And he's also starting a new show that I think he just did one episode of, right, Andy? Tell us about it.
Yeah, myself and fellow podcaster Ethan Alexanian started a little offshoot called Anything But the Beatles, and where we kind of just talk about our favorite records that are not Beatle records, and which kind of just came out of really just talking about music, really. It's going to be once a month, and we just dropped our first episode on The Who Sell Out, which has also just been re-released as a super deluxe edition, so the timing was cool for that. So that is up and posted, and we're looking forward to that too. So yeah, always projects going on. And
you must have The Who on your mind, because I see you've got a T-shirt.
Yeah. Joe, you're gonna be disappointed in me. I have this doozy still sitting here, and I haven't opened it yet. I promise I will.
Well.
I will. I will.
Poor John.
I will. But listen, on a Friday, you get 2 box sets get dropped. I mean, there's only so many hours in a day.
Okay, well, I'll hold you to that.
The Who one just came out Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of material to get through. So,
I'm sure. Yeah.
Some of us aren't as fortunate to get, box sets from the estate, like a certain someone.
Yeah, who? I wonder who. Okay. Well, anyway, it's great to have you here, Andy.
Thank you.
And today we're going to be doing the songs, ranking them from our, as I always say, least favorites to our most favorite. Right. If you don't like a song at all, then it'll be the worst song. Which I don't think applies so much with Beatles, because for the most part, we like them all. Mm-hmm. I know I speak for a lot of Beatles fans out there, but we may have some people won't do it. I know there's always people that'll say, look, you know what, I'm not doing it. I can't do it. I don't want. It's like the master tapes aren't going to go anywhere, people. They're not going to disappear. They're not going to burn up if you try it. Just give it a shot. Consider it. You like all the songs, but which one do you like the most? Which one maybe the least of the liked ones? You can do it if you try.
And it's cool how a lot of people have personal stories to go along with their favorites and least favorites and whatnot. That shows the sentimental value of some of these songs. So I like seeing some differences in our picks.
I found that this one, out of all the ones that we've done so far on the show, it was the easier one for me to do. Probably the easiest, maybe an easier one, easiest even. What about you, Matt?
Well, I know right before we came on air, Andy mentioned how it's kind of a shorter album. It's probably the shortest one we've done thus far. There's only 11 tracks on it. And he's exactly right that, getting it down to just a little over 10 songs, it was so easy to kind of figure out where they were all going to fall into the top tier, middle tier, lower tier, and then just shuffling them from there. It was pretty easy.
I don't envy you guys for next week's show, because that one's going to be a doozy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably won't be next week, but I
30
get you
tracks.
the show.
30 tracks.
The White Album, yeah. Well, this was, of course, the Magical Mystery Tour project. It's probably the closest thing the Beatles ever had to a bomb as far as the TV movie that they did. The one thing where maybe critics were not praising them one time, they said, the Beatles are not infallible. Although I still have fun with it for what it is. I watch it as kind of like a video album. I always say it's like, watching the videos, the performances of the songs. And overall, it just has a vibe of a time capsule from the Summer of Love. What about you guys for the actual movie of Magical Mystery Tour? What do you think?
Andy, you want to go?
I think it's like I agree with you, Joe. It's kind of, where else, like Paul says, where else do you, just for I Am the Walrus performance alone, it's worth it. Forget about the lady shoveling the spaghetti on the plate, which is like weird. Which is like, it's so weird, but it's a nice period piece, I don't think I revisit it too often, but for the performances alone, it's gold.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel exactly the way you both feel. It's so to me like Joe said, a long form music video. If you look at it from that standpoint, and that I've always said that about Give My Regards to Broad Street. If you look at it as a loosely based plot, but with all these cool musical interludes, it's pretty cool to watch. I enjoy Broad Street for that, and I enjoy Magical Mystery Tour for the same reason.
And where else can you see Ringo lose his temper and start strangling his aunt? That's my favorite. I can't take it anymore. I love that. That's one of my favorite.
Or the look on the Beatles' faces at the dance scene,
club,
so to speak.
the
club scene. There's a shot of George and John sitting in their chairs. It's just like priceless. The look on their face when that little honey is dancing around.
Right.
It has its moments. Well, this came out in late 1967, the actual music. Now, of course, in England, originally, it was just an EP, not an LP, right? And we know, and there it is. Andy's got it handy. Good.
Nice.
My Tom Hagnotti impression, yeah.
And I see, and you got, is that the German copy you have behind there?
Yeah, it's the German one.
That's
nice.
highly recommended, folks. That is really great
sound
stereo.
That's great, right?
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, and of course, now Matt has in back of him the Capitol
standard
incarnation, one. Which is now that's become the regular canon copy. Everybody does that, and rightly so, because they put the Magical Mystery Tour movie songs on side one, then on side two wrapped up some loose singles and B-sides, and I think it's ingenious.
You have to say that's probably one of Capitol's better marketing shrewd decisions to do that. One of the rare times with their decision to make it a full album by packaging the 67 singles on side two. Brilliant.
And it's the album that never was. Everyone slams the U.S. hodgepodge compilations, but they got it right with this one.
They really did, and
a great cover too. The cover, I think, is
I like the cover, the colors, and the way it matches up. Yeah, the yellow border.
And I think the Brits had to wait until '76 to get that version, the 11-track album.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, now we have only 11 songs on here. So as we said, not as many as usual. So let's rank them as best we can from least favorite to most favorite. And we're going to start with number 11. And Andy, our guest, is going to be
special guest. Yep.
All right.
Number 11.
This will probably be a lot of people's number 11. I can already see it in the chats, and that would be Flying. Some people either probably have it at 11 or 10. I don't know, maybe somebody has it at 1 or 2. If you do, wow, that's pretty cool. But Flying, it's historically cool because it's probably one of the only songs that actually has the co-writing of all 4 Beatles getting a credit. But in terms of, again, we're ranking all songs that we love, but when you've got songs, we have an album that has Strawberry Fields and I'm the Walrus on it and Flying's on it, it's got to be number 11 for me.
Yeah.
Nice little melody in it, but nothing much more than that.
Right.
Okay, Matt, how about you?
No, let's keep the conversation rolling. Number 11 for me is also Flying. Andy nailed it about all 4 Beatles being on the credit. And I think it's probably one of the only songs where all 4 Beatles are singing lead vocals, so to speak, albeit they're chanting. But from what I understand, I think even Ringo is on the track chanting.
And I think I hear him a lot in there, too, kind of like with Carry That Weight. Carry That Weight.
So how many in their catalog, it might be the only one where all 4 are doing the lead vocal. So, I think it's cool. It's now I think major releases, it's the only instrumental they ever put out, right? Besides Cry for a Shadow or something like that. I think it's the only major.
I can't
think of another instrumental, but like I say,
all 4 of them getting credited. Yeah.
And I will say one thing, giving a little bit away of the farm away here, but I like it for the sense that the mood it sets going into the next song. It's a nice intro for the next song, which we'll be talking about.
This is true. Okay, now for me, number 11, I went with Strawberry Fields Forever.
No, come on.
No, I'm only kidding.
Okay.
Slapping you. I knew you were fibbing.
One of those, change things a little bit. I went with Flying.
Okay.
Also, for the same reasons. I mean, it works well in the movie. It's a nice little bit of musical interlude, but it's all it is. It's easy to pick that last in my estimation. So not much to say about that, but we're gonna just go into some of the comments here.
Yeah, what do people think? I got a feeling they're all with us on that one.
All right, let's see where I kind of more or less.
Matthew Smith says flying is 11. Yeah. Delwood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get a lot of flyings. Yeah, I put this before. Don't kill me. All you need is love. Don't kill me. Your mother should know. Oh, I have a funny
Oh,
yeah,
that
I have a funny feeling.
yeah.
I expect that
I
to
love
be
you,
number
Matthew,
one for
but
Andy,
that
or in the top 2 or 3. I expect it to be. I'm predicting a prediction here that it's going to be number 2 or 3, but we'll see.
You'll have to wait and see.
That's what makes it fun. All right. Don't really want to put flying at number 11, even though in the end I still did, but really liked that song. How does a Beatles fan skip a Beatles tune when listening to a Beatles record? I don't know. I even listen to Revolution 9 when I'm listening to the White Album in full.
Right.
I don't.
Yeah. In the
I mean, I don't
context of
skip
listening
it.
to the album, yeah, I'd listen to a track like that, but not separately. No.
Garbage Day. Ooh, that's rough. Oh, here's another vote for you. Your mother should know.
I don't understand that.
When I go out of the way to hear. Okay, I hear that. Let's see if we can find some others. Another one for All You Need Is Love.
That's probably the fatigue factor, I would think.
Yeah, which a lot of people feel, and myself included, with certain things. Sometimes it works, even though it's fatigue. Sometimes not. You know how that goes. Okay, let's move on then to
All right.
In the top 10. Top 10 already.
Already, your top 10
Oh,
already?
wow. Look
We're
at
already
this.
there.
Vivian here writes late. Hello, goodbye, number 11. Ooh,
That hurts, Vivian. Vivian, I'm not going to give it
Ooh.
away, but you're hurting me with that one.
To quote
Oh.
Zachary Smith from Lost in Space, oh, the pain. The pain. Okay. All right. So let's go to number 10. I'm going to start with you, Matthew. You're first this time.
All right. 10 was easy for me, and I like this track. It's Blue Jay Way. And like I said, I thought Flying is a great intro. I think they fit well together, those two tracks. You have Flying going into Blue Jay Way. It's moody, has a great vibe to it. It's dark. The phasing, the experimental swirling and swishing sounds he uses with the that phasing effect, I think, is very cool, very experimental. Not my favorite of all George's Beatle tracks over their career, but I never skip this. I like Flying, and I like the way it blends into Blue Jay Way, and I'm going to give it number 10 with a thumbs up. I like the track.
Yeah, I like that 10 with a thumbs up. How about you for number 10, Andy?
Ditto to what Matt said. I have it at I have Blue Jay Way also as my number 10.
Oh, okay.
For a lot of the same reasons. It's, again, not one of my more favorite George's songs, but I just think one of the reasons why I'm not too keen on it is just it plods along. It's like a dirge. It's like doom, doom. But it's very cool, like to your point, Matt, about the phasing going on in there. And, again, it's basically about, the street in LA when he was out there with Derek Taylor, checking, hanging out. I think it works better as a visual piece in the movie. I can get into it more when I'm watching it than actually listening to it.
Yeah, it's a great little video attachment to that song.
It's just George doing George's stuff. But there's his one cookie on the album, and that's the song he gets. So.
Yeah,
and that was a true experience too, right? He was waiting for his friends to show up.
Derek Taylor, yeah.
Right. Okay, number 10. Let's make it unanimous again. Blue Jay Way for me.
Oh, okay.
I enjoy it. I do. I mean, I can't think of a Beatles song I hate or just really dislike badly. But it's not a favorite. It is a little dirge-like, but it's also dreamy, weird, delightfully odd. There's all that too. All that kind of creepy sounds, as Matthew was saying, swirling sounds and. It has its place. I like when you said that how flying goes pretty good into Blue Jay Way, right? You said it segues into
Yeah, they
that.
kind of blend together, and at least
Yeah.
in my mind, I like them. I like them together. Yeah.
I'll tell you where it picks up a little bit with the drumming, where we're kind of just into that "Please Don't Be Alone."
Yeah.
So
Good point.
That's pretty cool. That's a nice kind of where it kind of picks up a little bit towards the end there.
Okay. Let's now see where we go. Is this okay? We had the apology before, Andy. I just wanted to get another apology. Here it is. Vivian says about "Hello Goodbye" at number 11.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
sorry,
Fatigue.
Matthew. Fatigue.
All right, I understand.
And that's one of the few songs around these parts where I am anyway that they play on the regular standard radio all the time. Still, it's
All
not
the
many.
time.
Yeah. Okay. Number 10, we got "Flying" here. David Jackson. Now what's this? Mal? Or do you mean Mac? McCarty. Not as good a lyricist. Doesn't apply to me much in that song. Mother Should Know, catchy. This song says little. All you need
Songs
is,
can be simple and be great.
yeah, I always say if you're enjoying something and it's simple, you say, so what? That's cool. I like that. If you're not enjoying the song, you go, oh, it's so simple. It's just the way it is. Or you could say a song is a kiddie song. I don't like this. It's like a kiddie song. Then if you like it, like I like Yellow Submarine, I say, oh, it's a great kid
Yeah,
song.
if it makes you feel good and smile, why not?
I'll tell you what, I was thinking about this when I was ranking these tracks. And you guys did Pepper last week with Kid O'Toole, which was great. And it's obviously Pepper's such a Paul-orientated album. And I was thinking about this today. Magical Mystery Tour has some of really John's best moments in the entire career of the Beatles on it. So it's interesting to see that the next album, I mean, obviously Paul's got some classics on here, but I mean, John really, I think takes center stage on this record. I do.
No, I think you're right.
Absolutely. Interesting. Yeah. I didn't really think of it. So it's funny. Things you think you would have thought of many times. Now you bring it up. You're like, yeah, that's a good point. That's right. Doc says about Blue Jay Way, please don't play long. Please don't play it very long. Poor George. Hudson says, poor Georgie. Number 10, Fool on the Hill.
Oh.
Ooh, that's a hurt. That hurts.
Is it about Charles Manson? No, nothing here is about Charles Manson.
I don't believe so.
No, that was the next album.
Or Charles Manson took it.
Right, yeah.
Wow, Fool on the Hill. Fool on the Hill puts me to sleep.
Eee.
Number 10, All You Need Is Love, just shy of a Lennon masterpiece to me. It's a great song, but I don't go seeking it out. Let's see. We got a Blue Jay Way. And we got It's Odd, but there are a lot of George songs I don't like that much, but I really enjoy this one, and it's still only number 10. That really speaks for the strength of this album.
Another one.
The only one.
Wow.
Vivian's not the only one. Blue Jay
Way,
dreary thing.
Yeah, dreary. Yeah.
Okay.
I get it.
Just going down, folks. Something about Blue Jay Way reminds me of Hurdy Gurdy Man.
Interesting.
Well, like Andy said, that dirge-like sound to it,
Yeah.
I have a theory, Martin says. Paul fans, such as Andy, will rate Penny Lane higher than Strawberry Fields, and John fans may go the opposite way.
Well, we'll see if your theory's correct.
I may actually change it. I do that sometimes at the last second. Okay, I'm going to skip a few. Yeah, Joe, you always talk about street cred. Blue Jay Way is just that for the Beatles. Yeah, it's weird enough.
It's a cool
definitely.
track.
Oh, Oliver has Penny Lane at number 10. Amazing song.
Oh, come on.
Super Fatigue.
Gee, give me a break, and I love you, Oliver. I love you.
At least wait till number 8 for that.
That's one that the fatigue factor doesn't apply to that song. Sorry.
Exactly. I agree.
I'll go along with that as well, fellas. All right. So now we're doing number 9.
We are at 9.
And we're going to start with Andy for 9.
Is it me or you, Joe? It's my turn?
Yeah, I always go last.
Oh, okay.
Only
9
because of the comments.
Yeah, no, 9 for me, and I think somebody mentioned it a few comments ago, and it's a fatigue factor for me. It's all you need is love. Um, it's a great song. I actually was when I was listening to the mono version today. My turntable. It's cool because you actually hear the orchestra a little bit longer on the mono version as the record fades out,
Right.
which is pretty cool. I had forgotten about that, where you hear the strains of the orchestra a little bit. But
Yeah.
I mean, listen, it's a classic. But it's just a between the Yellow Submarine stuff and the Love Show in Las Vegas, which I was fortunate to go see. Listen, it's a great theme. It's fatigue factor for me. So that's why I have it at 9.
Okay, gotcha. And how about you, Matthew? Number 9.
Number 9. I hated to put this one at 9 because this song is one of these growers for me. When I was younger, when I was a kid in the late 60s, early 70s, I didn't really care for this song, but over the decades, it's really picked up for me. But there's so many other classic tracks on this album that I had to put Baby You're a Rich Man at number 9. I hated to do that because it's a cool collaboration between John and Paul, from my understanding anyway, that they had 2 separate songs in their brains, and they use that great working together, the way they've done it I can't think of the word for it, the way they've just collaborated throughout their career together with the Beatles, and they did it again with this track. It sounds great. It's just one of those that I love so much now, and I wish I could have put it higher, but there were 8 other songs that just deserve to be a little bit ahead of it. But I love Baby You're a Rich Man. I think it's a very cool track. Number 9.
Okay, then I'm the first one at number 9 to put this song. First person to name it. Magical Mystery Tour. The lead-off track. I love it. I love it. It's so exciting, and it's like maybe my favorite song that Paul used to open his shows with. I like "Hello Goodbye" also as an opener, but Magical Mystery Tour was always a lot of fun. Hey, the Victoria, that was the most exciting one to me out of all the songs. And the open with, I love it as an intro, but at the end of the day, I like other songs better on here, and that's why it's 9. It's really just a kickoff to the album kind of thing. And that's all I have to say, folks. So at number 9, Sarah has Blue Jay Way. Okay, Farrell McNulty, Magical Mystery Tour. Hello Goodbye lyrics. Having Walrus, the B-side for this was a crime. I mean, I get it. I do get it. I mean, Hello Goodbye is a fantastic single choice for an A-side. I get it. Baby You're a Rich Man, classic Beatles, 2 thumbs up. Let's see here. Hold on.
Love that track.
Double A. Number 1 for me. We'll skip that.
He's doing the whole thing.
Yeah.
Throwing all his cards on the table.
Number 9, Baby You're a Rich Man. Martin, your theory will be incorrect. I'm a Paul fan. I have 2 Johns in the top 3.
Ooh.
We got Baby You're a Rich Man at 9. We got Baby You're a Rich Man at 9. Fool on the Hill at 9. Definite B-side, Baby You're a Rich Man. Your Mother Should Know at number 9. Not too much love.
Which part do we think was the Paul part and the John part of Baby You're a Rich Man?
Oh, well, the Beautiful People part is John's.
John, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which just happens to be that's the part I love of that song the most. I'll get to that one, when I get to the song. Let's see. We got Baby You're a Rich Man. We got
Paul's bass playing.
Bass playing, yeah.
Fabulous.
Thank you for mentioning
on that track. Ooh.
Hooks you in right away.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like a lead guitar part. It's how prominent it is.
A cure for sleep deprivation, he always thought. Oh my God.
What a slap.
Doc, you're merciless. But it's good to see you here, Doc, by the way. I'm glad you're here. I've been missing you lately. Okay. All You Need Is Love. Same deal with Penny Lane. Perfection that I hear too much. I love it. Yeah. But all you need has to go somewhere, and it goes number 9 for me. Vivian has Flying at 9. Yeah. Oh, is a better guitar solo? I thought you were saying. Oh, I get it. All you need is a better guitar solo. Yeah, good point.
Yeah,
I didn't read that right away first. Stephanie's got Blue Jay Way there.
I couldn't imagine watching this in black and white as it premiered on Boxing Day in the UK. Can you imagine seeing this movie in black and white? That would a disservice.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Of course, Woodland Goblin never has a negative thing. The only thing he ever negatively said about Paul, and I say this with love, all you need is love, is that he doesn't like that he dyed his hair. He stopped dyeing his hair. He doesn't like that let his hair go gray. That's the most he criticized Paul. No, but it is a smart choice. I agree. It is. It is. Magical Mystery Tour is one slot higher for me, Joe. Great opening track. Love the weird. Yeah, the piano outro.
Yeah.
You know, like you're in this kind of like world, getting ready for this magical world. Yeah, that's a great ending there. This is something a little off, but would you ever consider doing a FaB GaB on the songs from the Ruddles? Now that you mention it, good idea. I think we
Why
will.
not?
Little double back alley? Sure, why not?
I love that. I love
cheese and onions. Cheese and onions. Number one, no.
Love the Ruddles songs.
Agreed.
All right, folks. So now we're up to number 8, and we're going to go back to Matthew for number 8 first.
Okay. I have All You Need Is Love at number 8. Similar to what Andy said, I'm not quite mega fatigue factor with it. I think it's a great ending to this album. I think to end on that track is perfect. Very simple song, recorded, produced so well. They had it for the big live broadcast, satellite broadcast, and it's one of those that's a grower for me. I never big on it when I was younger, like a teenager. It's like, yeah, all you need is love. It wasn't a big thing for me, but it's really grown on me. I think it's a classic nowadays. So I put it at number 8. All You Need Is Love.
Okay. All right. How about you, Andy? Number 8.
8 for me would be Hello Goodbye, which is one of the biggies singles from that year. My 1 through 8 could really kind of be almost interchangeable, kind of. But I mean, it's the obvious big single. I know that John was a little miffed that I'm the Walrus was relegated to the B side of this, but
that's the guy that wanted Revolution 9 as a single and Mary Jane as
an A side. Hello Goodbye for me at number 8 is purely, it's almost kind of in the same ranking as All You Need Is Love in terms of the fatigue factor, although I'm not as fatigued on Hello Goodbye as I am on All You Need Is Love. I saw him open with Hello Goodbye in 2002. Great way to open up a concert.
Oh, yeah.
Which was fantastic. And it's why I have it, at number 8. I'm not fatigued as I am with some other Beatles songs. So that's why I have it at 8.
All right. Number 8 for me. Matt and I are close again. All You Need Is Love.
Oh, okay.
I got the shirt on. Now my girlfriend bought me. She's
cool.
always
I love your shirt. Yeah,
she's always buying me Beatles shirts, mostly for this. She said, and she said, "Oh, when I bought it, I thought maybe I shouldn't because I kind of corny wearing All You Need Is Love." And I'll tell you something, folks. Before I go into the song, no, all you need is not love. That's not enough. Okay. All you need is health.
Right.
And a lot of people take it for granted. Now, I say that I don't want to spoil the party or anything, but no, when I was so much younger than today, when I was in my 20s.
You're on a roll. You're on a roll, Joe.
You never need any help from anybody?
Let me roll it then. Okay.
See ya.
So, I had some health issues when I was in my 20s, and it lasted like a few years, and I didn't think I'd ever get out of it. And let me tell you, you ever have anything serious, God forbid, you realize that it wasn't that it wound up not being serious, but I mean, for years you didn't know what it was. Then you found it, everything's good now. But I learned a lesson from there. I mean, you can have all the love in the world, you can have all the money, you can have everything. If you don't feel well enough and like yourself to enjoy it, doesn't really mean much to you. Anyway,
well said.
But love I'm not knocking love. You need it too. It's important. But the song,
that looks like a unique shirt because it looks unofficial. Like it's one of those.
Oh yeah, she buys me a lot of unofficial shirts.
Yeah.
Look, that's a bootleg special. That one.
Yeah, she likes to buy me unofficial shirt. She's a sweet woman, but you could buy me official shirt. Buy me album shirts, different album covers. But no, but the song itself. Yeah, it was just made for the occasion. It was something that was whipped up, I think, mostly by John, just cooked up for the Our World thing.
Well, they
It's
were
not the,
in the anthology. They couldn't agree if it was for that special or
oh
not.
yeah, right. And then some. I remember that's right. That's right. Many things weren't sure about.
They were like,
in,
and
in that.
I think Paul said it was specifically written for it, and I think Ringo thought that it wasn't.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Well, at any rate, I'm a little tired of that one, to tell you the truth, when it comes on. But it is a Beatles classic nonetheless. I do think the guitar solo is pretty poor. It's embarrassingly poor, I think, and it's aborted at the end. It just stops like, eh. But I think that was fixed on one of the versions that they did on one of the one redos. I think somebody, Giles Martin or somebody, fixed that. It doesn't just go kind of stop like that.
Yeah, you got me with that one. I'm not sure.
You can fill me in, folks, if you know what I'm talking about.
seeing it in the Love Show in the Las Vegas, that was pretty special. That's the use of the song and how they end the show with that song. That just got me goosebumps instantly. So.
No,
yeah,
I'm with you, Andy, on that. I got to see Love once out there, and it was unbelievable.
So you know what I mean, Matt, right?
It was
unbelievable when that part comes on.
It's everyone's like excited and standing up when.
I'm telling you, half the place was crying when that.
Yeah,
point.
Emotional. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just flashing a few here.
Why did you say goodbye?
Your mother should know. Doesn't go anywhere. Tweet all. Your mother should know. Oh man, Magical Mystery Tour, man, what an opener! Really puts you in the mood. Love the lyrics to "Hello Goodbye," Steve.
Yeah. Hey, Tom Hunyadi.
Hey, Thomas. I see Tom.
Yeah.
I don't see him yet. Fool on the hill, fool on the pill. Love how uncomfortable they look trying to dance to it in the film.
That's what makes it so endearing.
Yeah.
All you love is a precursor for extended ending. Ringo's drumming on "Hello Goodbye" is amazing, unless it's Paul. No, it's Ringo on that one, right?
I believe it's Ringo. Yeah, it's Ringo.
Your mother should know, the weakest of all the granny songs. Oh no way.
No way.
What could you pick the one that's the weakest, Andy? I say Honey Pie.
Are we including solo granny songs or just
no Beatles granny songs?
I'll go Honey Pie. I'll agree with you there, Joe.
Okay, we have an agreement. Okay. All you need is the Beatles.
We on two legs like our granny music, and we like it good, damn it.
You're proud of it.
We are.
All you need is justice. All you need is cash. And that's another thing. I didn't bring money into this, but money might be number 2. Because you got to pay the rent.
You got to pay the bills. You do.
I mean, and but still,
and have enough left over for your collections, right?
Blue Jay Way. I like the video. Hadn't seen that until recently. Everyone needs to say, where'd that come from? Don't let those go off. Those things. All right. Okay. So now let's continue wherever we left off.
We
finished
by the way. 8, right? I think
up to 7 now, right?
Yeah, 7 left. Okay, here we go. So we'll go back to Andy for number 7. What do you got, Andy?
Baby, You're a Rich Man at number 7 for me.
Oh, okay.
For a lot of the reasons that Matt said, especially the bass playing. Again, it's it could have. I mean, is it a solid B-side? Probably. But again, just for the bass playing alone on "Baby You're a Rich Man," it's a phenomenal track. And I guess it's that has, I forget what that instrument's called that you hear at the beginning of that thing. Is that like a harmonium or something that you hear at the beginning of that track?
A claveline.
It's a pretty cool sounding instrument. You know? But
like almost like one of those panpipe things.
Yes. Which I like. Very, very unique sound in a Beatles. In a Beatles
I love that.
But it hooks you right away with the bass line, and that's why. I mean, I could have had it a little bit higher, but that's where I have it at number 7, and just a great track. I mean, again, one that you probably don't even hear too often. Like Joe was talking about, what you hear on the radio, like you'll hear "Hello Goodbye," but you won't hear "Baby You're a Rich Man."
Right.
Right. And that factors into when I get to it. One of the reasons why it's where it is. Okay, you're up, Matt, for number 7.
This is where Your Mother Should Know pops in for me. Paul, I love his fascination with this type of music, from the 20s and 30s. People can call it granny music, but I don't call it that. I think Paul is just a genius at writing this style of song, and he does it so well. And this has always been one of my all-time favorites. I've always loved the melody. I love it in the film. Yes, I like the awkward dancing down the stairs, whatever you want to call it. I just think it's one of those songs from when I was very young. The melody and the hook always grabbed me. And I just think it's one of Paul's best of those, that style of music. And I wish I could have put it higher again. Like I said, with Baby You're a Rich Man, there's just no room for it above here. But
you can, yeah.
Your Mother Should Know, number 7 for me.
Oh, Matt, we got the same wavelength going again. I have Your Mother Should Know at number 7. Also,
Okay.
I like it better than most. I think it's a wonderful segment in the movie. I love it. Watching them try to do the little choreographed dance coming down the stairs and everything
with the black carnation.
Yeah,
yeah, that's right.
Which of course means nothing. Like that. I love it. I think this shows how great Paul is at doing that type of music. How he can just turn that on and do that type of. Call it granny music if you like. I tease him about it. I gave When I'm 64 a high rating last week. I mean, I really love this song. I just do one thing I don't care for. I always seem to hear that the second time he does a verse, it separates this. Doesn't the sound, the stereo, go over?
Yeah, he
Lift
moves.
up your
It
hearts
moves
and sing me
right,
across the other side.
Yeah, I think it flips.
I'm not wild about that too much, for whatever reason. But I love the song though, and I mean, it made for this album to be number 7 for me is pretty good, I think. So there you go. Your Mother Should Know.
Yeah,
number 7 for me.
Good pick.
Let's go up a little here, folks.
What are they thinking?
Number 7. All You Need Is Love.
Mm-hmm.
Fool on the Hill. Your Mother Should Know. Baby You're a Rich Man, 2 separate songs fused into one. Yeah, that's another.
They
cool
did
about it. That's a
with
true, excuse me, Lennon and McCartney effort together. Which is good. Hello, Goodbye, Fool on the Hill.
Yeah, I mean, when you get into like the top 8, I mean, we're ranking like 8 Beatles songs. The worst Beatles song is light years better than anybody else's best song.
Yeah, anybody else would love to have a worse Beatles song.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like in the film.
How do you rank perfection? But we're doing it.
We're trying.
Your Mother Should Know, that middle bit where the song goes into that minor halftime. My goodness, that just stops me in my tracks every time.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed, Hal 9000. Very astute observation.
Hello, Goodbye, number 7. Blue Jay Way, all the way up to number 7.
That's a high showing, yeah.
Mystery Tour, number 7. Doc's put All They Need Is Love. Fatigue Factor kicks in a bit. Vivian also has number 7. She Loves You, yeah. At the end, there was a big debate once on something on the forum. I forget where, as who sings that. You see, I think they both wind up singing it because you see shots of.
Sounds like Paul though, mainly, right?
Exactly. I agree with you. From when I was very little, I always thought it was Paul, and then I've read stuff that says no, that was actually John.
What happens?
I don't hear it.
No, I don't hear it either.
Well, what happens is whatever this thing was, this I can't think of the word, intense, like going through it and examining everything. They came to the conclusion that they wind up singing it together at the end because there's shots of John. You can see John doing She Loves You, yeah. And I think it starts with Paul and they both start singing it. That's what they came. Not what I think, but that's what it came out to be with this detective work that everybody did.
Mm-hmm.
Love You, yeah. And then they both start singing it because you can see that the shots of John doing the yeah words.
Right
from the film.
Okay, let's continue. Goodbye, Hello. Your Mother Should Know, Music Hall Style, Magical Mystery Tour.
Yeah. Oh, Tim Allen, I agree with that comment.
Yeah, some people don't like Fatigue. They don't. They take it too serious. What we mean by that, you still
Right.
enjoy it, but you know.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we put it on. We're not going to skip it, but I mean, you hear the songs that many times. It's just It's only natural. It's only natural to get a little bit tired out of them. I mean, come on.
Matthew Turnage always thought it was John singing it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's why they eventually came to both of them. Hey, you just got here. Hello, Tim Allen.
Like a greatest hits.
It really. This album is probably an introduction for a lot of fans. I know back in the day, it's accessible. It's got a lot of the hits on it. I know a lot of people this was their entry into listening to the Beatles because of what it was. Not so much Pepper, but this one.
Yeah, I these days I enjoy this album more than Pepper even. I'd rather play. If I'm going to reach for 67, I usually reach for
that period.
I have to say though, I think that when they repackaged this, like when the box set came out, it was a very low key release. It wasn't like the Pepper one that was done in 17. I forget when the deluxe version of Mystery Tour came out. It just seemed like it was a very low key release. It was not a major thing.
No.
Well, they consider Pepper their masterpiece. That's the way they start the big stuff.
But it would have been nice if they had given Mystery Tour the same treatment that Pepper got.
I wish. Yeah, I agree.
With all those extra, outtakes and stuff like that.
Yep.
I just think that was an inspired moment. That it was a moment of inspiration to sing that bit. And I think it's like a celebration of, not that they've outgrown it. What do you guys think by singing the "She Loves You" bit?
I don't think it's.
I always thought of it as just fun. They're just having fun, and whoever. I always thought it was Paul, just on a lark, just did it for a good time, a laugh, and make everyone chuckle a bit.
Yeah.
I didn't think there was much more into it than that. But.
No, I don't think it was taking the Mickey out of it. I just think I don't even think they meant to be too much into it. We're looking back. I think just it was they did it for a laugh.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of this? The worst Beatles song is most certainly not better than other band songs.
Well, there's the Beatles, and then there's everybody else. So.
Ain't that the truth? Is "You Like Me Too Much" better than "Stairway to Heaven"?
Yes.
In my world, yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
I love "You Like Me Too Much." I defend it. So
yeah.
By the way,
it is.
If you ask me which one I want to hear right now, it's going to be the George track. Sorry.
There you go. Yep. All right. I'm just trying to catch up. All right, so let's continue now. We're up to number 6, and I have Matthew first for number 6.
This is the first one I'm like nervous with. This is the first one where I'm like, oh, people are going to jump down my throat and kill me. But anyway, I had to put it somewhere, and there's 5 other tracks that just mean more to me. And so I've got "I Am the Walrus" at number 6. That may be controversial or maybe not. I mean, it's about middle of the album, right? Dab in the middle. I love the wacky lyrics. It's just a groundbreaking, great track. Creativity is there. I mean, this is the track that Jeff Lynne from ELO, and I love ELO. They're one of my favorites of all time. Jeff Lynne said this was their starting point. "I Am the Walrus"
Showdown
was where where ELO started and took off to the stratosphere. And it's just, with the choir on this, the violins, the cellos, the brass, it's a groundbreaking song. I mean, it was nothing like it before, and I don't even know if there's been anything really at this level since. That being said, you're probably saying, well, why do you have it at number 6? Well, there's just 5 other tracks that I love, are near and dear to my heart, a little more than this one. "I Am the Walrus," number 6, folks.
No.
Throw the tomatoes now. Throw the tomatoes now.
I should have brought my tomatoes, but
that's surprising, Matt. That's a surprising ranking. But hey, listen, I respect it. You have your reasons.
But I say it every time. This is what's great about this, because what the heck fun would it be if everything's the same?
If we had all 11 the same, it'd be boring.
And Matthew and I so often seem to be synchronized a lot. This time we're not. But
and then sometimes we go off we go way off.
Way off. All right. So now you're up, Andy, for number 6.
Number 6 for me is "Fool on the Hill," the second track on the album.
I am surprised.
Oh, okay. I'm surprised.
Yeah, see everybody out there, you thought I'd have a Paul song at 1 or 2, like this. I don't. I have it at 6. I like where it's sequenced in the album. I kind of like as the time has gone on, I listened to the anthology versions more than the actual album version. You know, the ones where he's just in the studio playing on a piano.
Yeah, that's classic. Yeah,
I think I enjoy that better than the actual finished master. A lot of great. No, oh yeah, a lot of great imagery in this song. It works well again in the film. I think it's from the scene when they're on the bus, and then it kind of has that crazy color, and then it goes right to the fields, and then right into "Fool on the Hill." Again, played live, saw him do it live, and great track, and it's, you know, that's why I have it at 6.
Okay, it's number 6 for you. Now I'm going for number 6, which is "Hello Goodbye," is where that falls for me. I always liked it since I was a little kid. I remember this is a song I remember. I was only like 5 years old, or 6, but I kind of remember it being kind of new. It's a fun song. It doesn't say much. Doesn't have to, really. You know, it's just a great commercial pop song, and I love it. But it fell at number 6 for me because there are 5 others in the top 5 for me that right now I like better, and a lot of that too has to do with where are you at right now? You know, these are favorites. Maybe a couple of years from now, that would be down farther on my list. Maybe "Hello Goodbye" would be up closer to the top, depending on if I hadn't heard it in a while or something. All right, so that's number 6 for me.
6 for you. All right.
And let's go back to highlight some of the comments going back a ways. "Baby, You're a Rich Man." Not sure the instrument, but love the crazy saxophone, whatever group. I always thought it sounded like bagpipes, whatever that is.
No, Matt said what it was.
Yeah, no, I looked it up before we started today.
Yeah,
I'm not some musical genius who.
What'd you
looked
call
it up. It's called a claveline, clavoline, claveline, and it's similar to one of those pipes of pan or pan pipes, instruments, whatever you call them.
"Strawberry Fields Forever" here at number 6.
Whoa!
But that chunka thing, well, I'll get to that in a second. Chunka. That's the bass in "Blue Jay Way" for Tom Onyadi, number 6.
Wow, he had it up pretty high.
Wow.
For Tom, I didn't think he would have it that high.
"Your Mother Should Know," a gem at number 6.
It is a great song.
"Hello Goodbye," number 6. Great single. Lennon was not too crazy about it. Well, you know, you wanted "I Am the Walrus." "Magical Mystery Tour" at number 6. If Sgt. Pepper's didn't have the best opening, then this album definitely has it. "Hello Goodbye," so catchy. And we got a boo and a hiss from Robert S. He's just playing it with you. Boo and a hiss.
Hey.
Oh.
"Your Mother Should Know" at number 6. We got "The Fool on the Hill" at number 6. A simple message, but a good one. "All You Need Is Love" at number 6. "Yeah, but You Like Me Too Much Isn't Better Than You Really Got Me," or "Get Off My Cloud." I'll go along with that.
Okay.
I'm glad you didn't say "Satisfaction," because you want to talk about the ultimate, most played out song for me in the world.
Every classic rock station plays that 10 times.
I mean, I can't believe that. Actually surprised that this overplayed song made it this high in my ranking. What's this here? Hal, number 6 is where all you need is love comes in for me. Those little quotations of green sleeves and
Green
in the mood
sleeves, yeah.
towards the end. Oris once again extended ending catchy chord sequence, precursor to "Hey Jude."
Ah, okay.
Number 6, Penny Lane. Don't like the modulation at the end.
You don't like the modulation at the end. Whoa.
I like the modulation.
What's the modulation at the end?
It changes. The last verse. It goes up. It goes up.
I love that.
Yeah, modulation. It's Elton's the king of that.
Magical Mystery Tour, number 6 for Doc. Somebody said very well said, but I don't know. And then we got that. We didn't talk about the ending of
Hey Live.
the end of "Hello Goodbye." Shocked and Stunned, Walrus at Sixth.
Always enjoy the Hello Goodbye, the promo film when they're in the pepper suits. That's
oh yeah, that's
classic. At the probably done at the Seville Theater, right? And I think that's where that was recorded.
I think you're correct. Yeah.
Matt's an Eggman.
Matt, you're an Eggman for.
Oh man!
I'm looking for. I'm not leaving it there long on purpose. It's just that I'm trying to look for.
No, I don't mind.
Something to replace it with.
I love stuff like that. I laugh at that.
Because sometimes you can't find a fitting comment. There's one. All right.
I am the Eggman. All right. Come on.
All right. So does this mean that we're in the top 5?
Yes.
Top 5, baby. We're here.
These are what we think are the 5 most enjoyable songs for each of us here. Number 5. Let's start with you, Andy, at 5. What do you got first?
Title track.
Okay.
Title track is up there for me.
Yeah, I think that's a good showing.
Yeah, it's a number 5 for me. It just comes right out of the gates, drop the needle on, boom, and it's like, okay, here we are. What kind of trip are we going on? You know, I mean, the whole roll up. I mean, it's crazy lyrics and nothing serious. But I love being able that you can hear John doing the roll up also. I mean, there's a lot of excitement in that track, you know, which is what I love. Which is what I love about it, you know. You know, and then it kind of the way it just kind of ends, kind of dreamy, kind of floats away, and kind of goes out of nowhere. Yeah, I mean, you know, you can put this song and you can actually, you know, you can visualize, you know, the bus whirring past you.
Yeah.
You know, it's, you know, again,
the way in the stereo how that bus pans across.
Yeah, it's the imagery in this song is just fantastic, and it's you know, it's what George Martin calls a pot boiler, right? To open up an album with, and this is one of them for me. And I've always enjoyed the title track, and I think it gets a little overlooked, honestly, sometimes.
Okay, I think I made a mistake here. Well, it doesn't matter who was first or not. Okay, so that
was I supposed to? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I did something wrong. Don't worry about me. I did something. All right, so Matt, you'll go next for number 5.
Five. Okay, little segue before I reveal it. In February 8th of 1990, in Worcester, Massachusetts, I saw Paul McCartney for the first time. I was second row, right in front of the piano that came out of the stage and went up, and then it rotated during Fool on the Hill. And that left such an impression on me to see him, you know, all the spots hitting him and that piano rising up.
Oh, man, that's when he went really high up, right?
Yeah, he went way up. I mean, I'm second row. I'm like this looking at him. And he's spinning. The piano started twirling with, you know, the disco lights all over the arena. It's a classic Paul ballad. I know some people cite fatigue factor with it, but it's a standard. It's become like yesterday. It's like a standard Paul ballad that it's always going to be a classic in my book. Always been a favorite. And when I saw him in 90 doing it, it's just, I'll admit that I might have had a little moisture in my eye when that happened. And I'll tell you.
How could you not? Second row, Flowers in the Dirt tour.
I knew on this album it was going to get a good showing for me. And number 5, Fool on the Hill.
Wow. And I like that. Well, he did that in concert. I was moved by it too. Also, it had that elongated kind of ending that he did for concert.
Oh, yeah.
And they had Martin Luther King.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah,
all that
did the
kind of
speech.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Very different. Very different.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Really, really emotional.
Good choice for number 5. I ought to know because I have Fool on the Hill
at 5.
At number 5. Yeah, that's a song. Again, it's not played out for me. Every time I hear it, when I'm listening to the album, I kind of love when that comes in. It's only the second song, but I guess in a way, I'm thinking of it as the first proper song. In a way, I mean, I love
that kind of fits with what Andy just said about what he loved about Magical Mystery Tour. How it goes out slowly, but then it comes into Fool on the Hill. It just
nice segue. Nice segue.
It's really a nice song. Paul sings it well. I love the imagery in it, and I should have looked up the instruments. What is it? What is the flutes?
It's probably a mellotron playing the flutes.
That one, I didn't look up that one. I don't know.
Whatever, but it's Fool on the Hill for me. Number 5.
Nice.
My top.
Robert S. has the Yawn on the Hill. Ouch.
Oh, Yawn on the Hill.
Let's see. Tom's got it.
Tom's right there.
Everybody's like, I hate to have this or that, this low, but the others are even better. Cries. Yeah,
Mhm.
well, that's what happens. Fool on the Hill, Matthew. Yeah, like the scene in the movie by Matthew Smith. Bit of Shakespeare and King Lear. Penny Lane, number 5, makes me nostalgic for a place I've never lived in.
Mhm.
Well,
Sarah has I Am the Walrus at number 5. Let's see. Baby a Rich Man for Robert S. Bill Sussman, All You Need Is Love sums up the Beatles in 5 words. Yeah, it sounds good in their songs anyway.
Yeah.
Magical Mystery Tour, number 5, great opener. Hello, Goodbye, catchy as can be.
Mhm.
Penny Lane, brilliant bass playing, and the piccolo trumpet is a great touch. Let's see, Baby You're a Rich Man, number 5. It's got that crazy instrument in it.
We keep going back to that.
Yeah.
Claveline.
I got to remember that.
And I'm probably pronouncing it wrong with my New England, Boston, Providence accent here. It's probably pronounced some
I Am
other
the
way.
Walrus. Had to include this in the top 5. Lennon's masterpieces, one of them. Macca can get away with doing Mystery Live, but I doubt Lennon would ever have taken on his colorful tunes live. Well, we'll never know.
Oh, I wish
Yeah.
we did.
And there it is.
wish
You
we
see
did.
how Yawn on the Hill. That's the one
Yeah.
I'm talking about. There you go.
Second row. Oh, from the ceiling. I thought we matched him.
Yeah, I thought he was the same thing as you.
Opposite.
I was saying flutes. I hope I'm right. I don't. When it comes to musical instruments, folks.
Well, and the Beatles, on those albums, they did not really credit all the session players that worked on their music. Very, very
Right.
seldomly did you see that. Like on For No One That You Know It's the Horn is Alan Civil, but you don't know like who plays like a lot of
Right.
these songs, which of course now would never happen. But it'd be nice to know like who actually played flutes on everything back then.
Yeah, there are some good recording guides out there you can pick up that give a little more detail, but
Yeah, and I think
hit or miss.
I think Lewison's book has all the players,
Lewison.
of course, in there as well.
Okay. Are we ready to move on to number 4?
Sure.
Matt, let's start with you for number 4, please.
Well, Andy nailed it for me. We're very close on this one. I liked when he said that this one comes out of the gate with a boom, because that's exactly how I feel. It's Magical Mystery Tour, number 4 for me. It's just always, since day one, since I was a little kid, been one of my favorite opening tracks. I love it. I love the stereo effects, like Andy mentioned, how it pans back and forth, especially with the bus. It's just always been one of my favorite Beatle rockers. And I love the Cheap Trick version too. I love Cheap Trick, and I love their version of this track on their greatest hits. And
when did Cheap Trick? When did they do that, Matt?
It's on their greatest hits, like in the late 80s, 88 or 89, maybe 90. It came out. It's been out a while. I think that's the only place you can get it, on their greatest hits from that year. But one of my favorite Beatle rockers, and always will be, Magical Mystery Tour. High showing, number 4.
I like the Who's version, Magic Bus. That's what I always say. But I really like that Who song. Yeah, I feel terrible putting it at number 9 at this point. But sometimes you hear this happens to me almost every show. I hear somebody else make such a convincing case for a song that I say, yeah, that's right. I want to move it. Yeah. But
no, it works both ways, because I've done that with you, with Tom, with Kit, with Andy. You go like, hey, maybe they're right.
Could be, right? How about you, Andy? What do you got for number 4?
Okay, number 4 for me is Your Mother Should Know. Okay,
yeah,
well, it's listen, it's in the top.
I was off.
It's not my number 1 or number 2. I know you guys probably thought it would be for my but my co-host there, Tom, had it at 4 as well. I saw in the comments. If you scroll back there, Joe, nice to see that my partner and I are on the same page with that. Everything. I actually prefer the mono version of Your Mother Should Know better than the stereo, because you've got the phasing going on in this song, especially towards the latter half of it. It kind of goes back and forth a little bit.
Right.
And you hear the phasing and the swirling, which you don't get that on the stereo as much. So I really love the mono version of Your Mother Should Know. In terms of the kind of song it is, listen, I love it. I love Paul doing this music. I just do. I don't care what you gave me the answer. I don't care. I just love it. I love this kind of style of music.
I don't know why, for some reason, you gave me the answer is the one that makes me go like this. I don't know why it's that one. There's a part, I have a little thing I do with that. When you go, shall we dance? Da-da.
Yeah.
And I have a thing where whenever I'm listening to it, I have a ritual where I roll my eyes like, shall we dance? I go like, I'll just do it like if I'm in the car, I have to do it every time. But I enjoy it anyway. But I mean,
But listen, it's Paul. It's what he does well. John couldn't stand it. Obviously, a lot of it. He ripped it, this granny music stuff. But everything about the song, kind of right at the beginning. And then the video, the staircase, the crazy dancing, all of it is. I listen, but I didn't have it at 1 or 2. It's at 4.
Yeah. Good showing.
That was a shocker to me, but no, that was cool. All right. For me, number 4, this is kind of weird. I mean, that's made this high. Baby, You're a Rich Man is number 4.
Oh, interesting.
That's a modern, current favorite of mine in the catalog. And it has a lot to do with it. Just, I'm not OD'd on it like so many other songs. I'm going to make a video eventually, Beatles songs that's still kind of fresh to me. And that's one I can still listen to it. And I just love it. I love the bass. I love the claveline.
Oh,
claveline. Why can't you be true? No, I love all the music stuff going on in that. I love the John bit. How does it feel to be one of the beautiful people? I love that part. The Baby You're a Rich Man part, it fits too. It's good. But I like the John bit, I think, better in that song. And the words really don't mean that much. The line about you keep all your money in a big brown bag inside a zoo. What the heck is that all about? What's in a lyric sometimes? But I mean that, but I just have fun with the song still. It's still something that's not played out for me. And I have such a good time that it made it all the way up to number 4. Anytime I get a chance to hear that, sometimes I hear it on the radio, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, because I don't want to hear all the time. Come Together, Hey Jude, Let It Be. I mean, I mentioned Come Together first, a John song. I don't want to hear all that stuff all the time. Okay, so that's number 4.
I agree with you. Absolutely.
Good spot on analysis there. Good and high praise indeed.
We flying it all the way up to number 4.
Wow.
Strawberry Fields Forever. Oh, well, John thought he liked to re-record every Beatles song, not just Strawberry Fields Forever. But John doesn't know what he's talking about. I mean, that when it comes to a lot of that stuff, in my opinion. What do you think? To impress Jane Asher. Painful to put it at 4. Hello, Goodbye. I Am the Walrus, number 4. Fool on the Hill. I don't think it's in Yellow Submarine, is it?
No.
Magical Mystery Tour. Strawberry Fields Forever. John at his best. Groundbreaking. Hello, Goodbye. Simple lyrics, but it's so enjoyable. Okay, All You Need Is Love. Fatigue does nothing in this case. All you need is love and health and cash and tacos. Everyone loves tacos. I prefer burritos myself.
Chipotle burrito bowl.
There you go.
Yeah,
I'm in heaven.
I do the bowl all the time. I don't do that's one of the good things I like to get. Baby, You're a Rich Man. Hey, it's got that claviole.
Maybe it's clavioline.
The 3-octave forerunner of the synthesizer. I looked it up. Thank you very much,
Vivian. Thank you, Vivian.
Appreciate that. Well, John Lennon almost did away with Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
Yeah.
Almost did away. Let's see what I can find here, folks. I'm going down.
Reggae version, almost.
Sorry, I know sometimes it's dead air here, but I'm just trying to.
Well, you get a lot of great comments. You hate to leave them out.
Yeah, I don't want to miss anything really good.
Yeah.
But it's. I wish you guys could also highlight these.
It says, yeah. I don't know how this works. But
Only the host can, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
The cover art. Talk about it sometime.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, we're almost done with the albums. We should have done more. But I did say, Matt said he brought up the cover of this one, right? Said you like
I love the cover. I think this is one of the best. Capitol hodgepodge.
I like the Capitol one too, the best, I think.
Yeah. Well, this German one's
I like it better than the EP cover, the British EP cover.
Yeah.
Brighter, the red lettering.
Yeah.
Which the Capitol one is essentially the EP, more or less, and this color scheme in the middle, more or less.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's
a beautiful cover with the booklet. You got the 24-page full color booklet with it. I mean,
yep.
Can't beat it.
EPs just didn't take off here in America.
Great package.
It's one for you, Matt.
Oh, Matt, it's not the clavioline. It's the Calliope. I don't Calliope.
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 Oh, up to 3. Okay, so we're doing number 3 now. Oh, boy.
Thanks, Jimmy.
I have no problem with my number 1. I have a problem with 2 and 3. I still having a problem.
Did you really? Yeah.
I'm still having a problem. I mean, how to put them. Yeah. And I still may, when it comes my turn, I may flip them. I don't know. But we don't know where I'm going with this. So anyway, number 3, let's start with Andrew.
Okay. number 3, top 3. Okay. Tough. Listen, these could all be interchangeable. I think everybody, Matt would agree. Joe agrees, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That it could all really be interchangeable here. But number 3 for me is Penny Lane. And it's not my number 1. So I do not get fatigued with Penny Lane. We're talking about fatigue factor, which all you need is love. For me, Penny Lane, I could listen to it 100 times every day and I would not get tired of it at all. Especially having lived in Liverpool. I got my hair cut on Penny Lane, so
cool.
Many times. So I got to know the area quite well. So Penny Lane is just a great song. Listen, it's an all-time classic. It's got all the traditional McCartney trademarks in it from start to finish, and it could have been my number 1 easily.
With or without the trumpet ending?
Without.
I prefer it without. Also, I don't know if it's just because I'm used to it.
That's the way I fell in love with it.
Without. Yeah.
And every time that song comes up, I got to say I do not like the Giles Martin. Martin did it right on the. Was it the newer version of 1?
The remixed one.
I do not like it.
It's remixed.
There's some changes, and I don't care for now. I wish you wouldn't have asked me that. I haven't heard it since first couple of times I heard it, and I can't remember. Sometimes you listen and you're like, "Hey, where did this go?"
Right.
I'm used to hearing a little tingle or something. It's gone.
Right.
Or I think something was missing that I was used to hearing. I can't remember. I'll have to give you an update on that. Some other time.
Somebody made this up in the comments though, and it's true with Strawberry Fields and Penny Lane. They really predate Mystery Tour. They predate Pepper. So it's
right.
So it's obviously they were just singles tacked on to the end of the album. So to kind of look at this as an album is kind of because it's not a proper Beatles album. It's just a hodgepodge,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a U.S. compilation that got.
So when you're ranked, it's not like when you guys ranked Pepper or you ranked Revolver. I mean, those are obviously bona fide, thought out things. This is just a compilation. So to rank, it's going to have a little bit of a different weighting than the other albums.
Right.
Because boy, oh boy, what a single! I mean, people keep saying, some people keep saying they should have put Strawberry Fields Forever and Penny Lane on Pepper. And I keep saying, no, I'm glad they didn't because what a kick-ass single. Oh, man, that's the greatest single of all time.
Yeah.
A whole new direction for the Beatles. What are they up to next? What are they going to do next? Oh, my God.
Everything was different. The music was different. Their appearance was different. Their clothing was different.
It's And it's 2 songs about their childhood, really. That wasn't going to be the concept of the album, I think, originally.
Right.
And they nixed it, but the songs were about the childhood stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, okay, Matt, you're up for number 3.
Okay, number 3. Well, what can you say about this one? It's a classic all around. Strawberry Fields Forever is my number 3. It's a grower for me over the years. I did not really care for it much going back 20, 30 years ago. Not that I hated it, but it was like, it just was one of those. But it's really grown on me. But I always thought, who mentioned it earlier about one of the commenters about John never liked the way it was put together or something. I always liked the way George Martin put the two versions and melded them together at John's request. I thought he did it perfectly. And it's, and you mentioned earlier about how old the song was coming on this album. These tracks have been recorded almost a year before Magical Mystery Tour even came out, but it's a classic. Number 3. I knew it was going to be up near the top somewhere, so I put it at 3.
Okay, now, I've been known at times, as I'm doing this with my pen here, to like switch things around a little bit at the last minute as I reconsider. I'm leaving this the way it is. I'm leaving this time. I'm leaving
You're
it.
gonna leave it.
Don't change. Don't change.
Number 3, I have Strawberry Fields Forever, which might be a shock to some people. Being John's my favorite and all that stuff.
I got to be honest. I thought it was going to be your number 1. That was my
me too.
No, these 3 are the 3 songs I have. 3, 2, 1 are the best songs on the album to me, and my favorite songs on the album. But what order? It can change all the time. What do you say? It's a masterpiece. It's John's signature Beatles song in a way. I have a memory of this, and it has to do with when the album was pretty new. I was just, 5 or 6 years old. I remember I have this memory in a dark room of listening to Magical Mystery Tour on the vinyl at night, going in bed, laying in bed for the night. And when it would get to that fade out part, when it comes back in here, to me, I always had this image of like creepy crawlies, and it's like it was
freaked
like
you
scary. And you'd hear the what cranberry sauce, and you'd hear John's voice with the whole thing is this kind of like slower thing, and then at the end cranberry sauce, which by the way,
almost like that siren sound blaring at you.
It's a frightening thing that goes away and comes back, or at least it was to this 5-6-year-old
when you're young,
and at the time. So pretty creepy. And you could hear the cranberry sauce very clearly in some of these long fade outs. I think the German album might have a longer fade out where you can hear him say it twice.
Yeah.
So people still are saying he's saying I buried Paul or I'm very bored or something like that. He said it was cranberry sauce, and you can hear him on outtakes too when they don't fade it out. You can hear the sauce. Just wanted to throw that in there. But Strawberry Fields Forever and John Lennon, there's nothing wrong with it, okay? Nothing to get hung about. All right. So number 3, Strawberry Fields for me.
I'm surprised by that. So very surprised.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit surprised there, Joe.
I was almost going to flip it with my number 2. As we were doing the show, then I could flip it. Maybe I should flip it, but that's where I had it.
Can Matthew show the
skull page?
Goo-goo-ga-joob. Yeah, Paul Simon says coo-coo-ka-choo, Mrs. Robinson, but it's really goo-goo-ga-joob.
Someone remind me, what page is the skull page?
Yeah. This was always a blue vinyl, this one, too. Yeah. Got this at the Beatle Fest a couple of years ago.
Remind
me, I'm just flipping.
I always love that. That's them at the dance show.
Yeah.
The way John slouched down.
Hey, it's good to see Marcus putting Baby You're a Rich Man all the way up there, number 3.
Andy, that blue vinyl looks great.
Yeah, it's a nice one. It wasn't, somebody told me that it was a fake, but I wouldn't know how to tell if it was or wasn't. So if it is, it is. It plays okay.
Lila says, rode my bike through Penny Lane today. The street sign is amazing.
Wow.
Certainly is.
Is this
a hand above Paul's head?
Oh, that's another clue, right?
Yeah, another clue.
Where's the skull? Started, please.
Oh, I know.
All right.
Is this considered a granny song, Penny Lane? Absolutely not.
No way.
Absolutely not.
Strawberry Fields could be the greatest song ever made, Blood Vessel says. I saw Blood Vessel today in the record store this morning. What do we got
Look at the
here?
picture. I was. Oh, I know.
There it is.
The I was thing. Yeah. Oh boy.
Magical Mystery Tour #3 for Vivian.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Good showing.
Says John played the clavioline on Baby a Rich Man by rolling it an orange up and down the keyboard. Oh, really? Singles were more significant in '67.
Matt, what do you have there? Just an original U.S. stereo there?
Yeah, this is an old. I've got several copies. This is an old original U.S. Yeah.
Yeah.
The book's coming out, and it's
Yeah.
kind of a mess. But
we got Magical Mystery Tour for Steve at #3. That shows you. I love how it goes all over the place. We have I Am the Walrus at 3 here for Oliver. What's this? It's the dining table scene turned sideways.
Okay.
Oh, that's one I don't think I ever heard of.
Ah, okay.
Tell us why Paul only had the black rose. According to Mal Evans, it was very simple. Because the flow sent is what 3 red carnations and 1 black carnation. Yeah, but why did Paul wear it?
Yeah. There's the yeah.
There's the
I did hear
beret.
of that. Now that you mention it, I have heard of that. Although I don't see it, but
Oh, yeah, right here. That's the skull.
wow. All right, folks. We have 2 left, huh? Let's try to get this thing done. Let's see what we can do here. At #2, we're going to start with you, Matt.
Okay, Hello, Goodbye. Very uplifting track.
Cool.
I ranked it high, folks, because I love the video. I love it as a single. From what I remember being a little kid and loving it, loving the melody, the hooks. It's just fun. It's spirited. It's just always a fave. I don't know what else to say about it. This song never get fatigued about it. I think Andy mentioned it as being, or Joe, one of you mentioned it being the opener of one of Paul's concerts. And that was classic. He walked, they got the silhouette of Paul with the Hofner bass.
Oh, that was awesome.
And the lights and just the smoke and everything. And then all of a sudden the screen rises up and there's Paul waving his Hofner and kicks into Hello, Goodbye. A lot of my memories are associated with seeing Paul live and the impact it had on me. And but this one is beyond that. It's seeing it live, but it's also as a little kid thinking that this was the greatest thing since sliced bread. And that video Andy mentioned with the Sgt. Pepper suits, it's just unbelievable. #2, it's always a favorite. No fatigue factor whatsoever.
Awesome.
I can listen to this song all day.
Awesome ranking.
And I love at the end when he goes, hello.
Yeah.
It's great. I get goosebumps.
And I love how I think it's the second video, Hello, Goodbye, you see them wearing the old Beatles suits towards the end.
Yes,
doing the waving, which is so cool.
Yeah, it's like 3 different videos on Anthology Plus where you can get them wearing the civilian clothes and the uniform. And,
There's I think 3 videos, but the first one with the pepper uniforms is the best.
Yeah.
Agreed. And good ranking there, Matthew.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Good one. All right. Andy, what do you have for #2?
A song you guys just said one track ago, Strawberry Fields Forever is my #2.
Oh, wow.
I praise it. Listen, and for all the reasons that you both said, listen, I fell in love with that song early on, as most Beatles fans probably did. I never knew the part that George Martin always talks about where he spliced the 2 of them together. Mm-hmm. And he always said he could always just pick it out and hear between the tempos, which obviously you can listen to now. It's probably like a minute and change into the song where it goes from the one tempo to the next tempo. And actually, I got to see George Martin talk about this in person.
Oh, wow.
In 1997 or 98, he gave a talk at a local theater in New Jersey about Pepper. But he talked about how Strawberry Fields was the start of this. And I was young then. I was a young teenager, but I got to go. And that was a really special night to see George talk about and hear him talk about Strawberry Fields Forever and how the start of this was the whole thing. And that's really, how can you go wrong with the ranking? I think you guys would agree it's up there for that reason.
Absolutely.
One of the cool things that you've seen on YouTube, I don't know if you guys have seen it, there's a video of John playing like a little flute in like
Yeah,
1964, and it's like
that's the
early-
Beatles'
it's-
first U.S. visit film by
And
the
is that-
Marseilles brothers. Yeah,
right, and that's rumored that he's actually playing the Strawberry Fields.
I don't know.
I don't know how true
that's
that
what
is.
people have claimed that if
Yeah.
you really listen to it, it sounds like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure of that, but yeah, you have things kicking around for a few years,
It's-
couple of years.
Yeah, but it's Strawberry Fields Forever, and it's the classic, and it's number two for that reason. I mean,
Okay.
it opens up the Blue album again. Another another introductory thing for a lot of younger fans. They hear that, so it resonates with people that way.
Yep.
Well, number two for me, I went with Penny Lane this time. It could have been Strawberry Fields. It could have been flipped. It's just a single itself. Like I said, it's a great double A side. It's just I'm repeating myself, but it's just the idea that they weren't touring anymore. What are they going to do? Have they lost it? And then all of a sudden, boom! You got Penny Lane for Paul and Strawberry Fields from John. But Penny Lane, it's a little bit more these days of an upbeat, fun song, whereas Strawberry Fields Forever a little more cerebral and kind of like dreamy kind of thing out of some other universe. Depends what you're in the mood for. But these days, when I hear Penny Lane, I get a real like lift. I really love it. What a wonderful pop song. One of the best things that Paul ever did in his whole career. I mean, you could say that about a lot of songs. And I'm reminded of that famous bit that they did on the Dick Clark show on American Bandstand when they had the young kids in the audience, and
he's polling the kids. Yeah,
they were watching the films for Strawberry Fields Forever and Penny Lane for the first time, and they were like shocked. They were like,
they were like, oh no, they were like, what did we just watch?
It's like
they look like old men.
Like
Remember that? Didn't they say they look like old men?
They look like old men. I don't like the mustache. Whatever. I don't like the beards, and I think I would have been like that because I don't like change very much. And if I was around older at that time, I might not like that change. I don't know. Now I think it's cool. At the time,
yeah, nowadays. But I remember being a little kid and being so in love with the early Beatles and their whole look with the uniforms and all that. And then that changed. I remember always leaning towards early Beatles. But yeah, you're right. As I've gotten older, I appreciate it much more.
Yeah. Same thing. All right, folks. So there you have it. For me, Penny Lane at number two. Depends on the day.
Yeah.
It's like that with all these.
It could be. It really could be. I mean, yeah.
Magical Mystery Tour, number two.
Good showing. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
You always wonder what Sgt. Pepper would have been if they had kept with that theme of, Penny Lane story, childhood
stuff.
If George had jumped in on that and Ringo was involved in some way, you wonder what it would have ended up being. But
I don't think George and Ringo would have went for that, because I don't think they would have. They particularly Ringo's childhood was, obviously very forgettable, and he was already sick. So
kind of a downer song. I was sick and lying in bed for 10 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at this. What do you think?
Yeah.
Another
surreal, really kind of weird video with them at the park with the horses and the table, and they flip it over.
Yeah.
And didn't they say in the anthology that they almost like fell off when one scene when they're running towards the trees, the horses are out of control.
You can see that. You can see that really.
I think that was shot in Seven Oaks, Kent. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Fool on the Hill is number two for Steve. That's pretty cool.
That's good showing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't argue that. I mean, that's
you know what this
great
means.
Single.
It's got to come eventually with number one.
We're down to number one. Huh?
So we're going to do number one. And we're going to start with you, Andy, for this one. Let's do it.
All right. Well, if you've been keeping score at home, then the only song that left for me is I Am the Walrus.
Wow.
And that is my number one song on Magical Mystery Tour. Matt, you had a lot of good comments about it, the production, the kitchen sink factor. Everything's thrown into this. Little bits of King Lear there at the end as you're listening to it. I Am the Walrus. And listen, it's not a Paul song, people. I got 2 John songs in my 1 and 2, Joe. Okay.
Yeah, I even had a Paul song at number 2. Wow.
Okay, I had 2 John songs as my top 2 for this album. So, but I Am the Walrus, everything about it is fantastic. The version on the anthology too is also just as good. That's great as well. Everything about it it's fantastic. And it's number 1. It's my number 1 song on this album. And I think, somebody said though, I think Oasis did a cover of I Am the Walrus.
I think it's a live cover. Yeah.
I got and the FaB, which is a kind of a great Beatles tribute band.
Yeah, great band.
They kind of they cut their teeth on doing the Pepper mystery stuff, and they do a great version of I Am the Walrus as well. So it's my number 1, and I'm sure a lot of people will have it up there too as well, and I love everything about it.
I think I'll go a little different now and put me next because we'll have Matt last this time.
All right. Okay.
I'm going to go with number 1, which is for me, I Am the Walrus. Also,
wow,
it's just easily my favorite song on the album all the time.
I must hang my head in shame. I had
it.
No, stop.
Yeah.
And when I'm listening to the album, that's like a moment I wait for, it's just a highlight. I can't, especially when you get to the end of Your Mother Should Know, and they do the final, I don't know, whatever it's, yeah. And I see it, and I'm like, oh, here it comes. Like, I'm getting ready for it. You don't know what to say about these songs anymore. John being really weird and creepy, and these words, and it's so cool, and all that kind of stuff. Well, experimental.
I love that. I love that interview with John when he was on with Scott Muni in '74, where he talks about when he was playing DJ, and he's like, "Now we're going to play I Am the Walrus, Magical Mystery Tour," which was my favorite because it was so weird.
So weird. Yeah, the Dennis Celsus.
I'm sorry, Dennis Celsus, not Scott Muni.
But that's I don't know if anybody out there has never heard that, the Dennis Celsus interview. It is the best 2 hours of John Lennon you're gonna hear.
Oh my God.
We were really treated to that. Well, that's a treat to have that. He's having a good time. He's playing DJ, showing us bringing some 45s of old songs where he nicked some Beatles stuff from. Be playing, doing commercials,
doing the weather.
Oh
yeah. And even reading local advertisements for local venues and stuff.
Very
unreal. He mentions because it was so weird. Yeah, like you said. Yeah, I Am the Walrus. So yeah, it's my number 1. I thought it would be good. Sometimes I lose track. Like I do not remember what Matt hasn't said, because I'm so busy with the comments. So therefore, this should be very interesting. So Matt, well, take it away for your number 1.
Yeah, no problem. This one's the one that evokes some major memories for me. Really sentimental. When I was a little kid, I know I've told the story in my videos about when being 3 and 4, my parents got me Meet the Beatles, A Hard Day's Night. I used to bounce on my little toy horse. That was my earliest memory of being a Beatles fan at age 3 or 4 or so. But it was around 67 when I remember my older cousins. I had 3 older male cousins, and they were into the Beatles because they were a little older than me. And they put on the single of Penny Lane. And when they put that on, I fell in love with that song as a little kid. It was always one of my favorite Beatles songs. A Hard Day's Night aside, all that early stuff my parents had played for me. But when they put on that 45 of Penny Lane, it just always was going to be a song that would evoke memories of my childhood. I knew it, and it's held true. It's just, I don't know what else to say about it, folks. To me, it's perfection. Paul wrote one of the greatest pop songs of all time in Penny Lane. That's never going to change for me. Paul has written many genius pop songs, in my opinion, but Penny Lane will always be right near the top of the heap, or at the top of the heap. Takes me back to my childhood. It takes me back to important moments in my life, and it's a song that will always be in my heart. Penny Lane, number 1.
And that's what it's supposed to do. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
The song, memories in childhood. And I said, and then when I said, I'm not really remembering what Matt hasn't said. As soon as I said that, I remember. I don't think he said Penny Lane yet.
Yeah, no,
it's a great example of Paul being able to write about, all kinds of characters in his songs, which John kind of always criticized him, where Paul can write about a banker, a waitress, this person, or that person. And that's Penny Lane. You hear all these wonderful characters in that song, the nurse, the barber, the fireman. I always thought that song was a great use of imagery too, and also semiotics too.
Absolutely, absolutely.
When you hear him talk about the fireman and you hear the bell, that's all perfectly written, produced, arranged. And all just because he wanted to add the horn because he was watching that show, and they actually brought the
Bach trumpet. He saw the Bach trumpet.
Yeah, he saw it, and they got the same guy that he saw on TV to play it.
Exactly.
I like when George Martin tells the stories, and he's like, "Of course, it's a whatever trumpet, whatever."
Brandenburg Bach
right.
trumpet.
He knew right away where.
He's like, or the end of "She Loves You,"
Just to jump on with Andy real quick, Andy, you've been to Liverpool, and I have too, many years ago. But yeah, the song also brings back that memory for me of being at Penny Lane and seeing the signs, taking pictures, and
but that shelter in the middle of the roundabout is still abandoned. There's nothing there anymore.
Right.
It's been nothing for like decades.
Yeah,
I've never been there.
You got it someday. That's your bucket list.
Come on, Joe.
Yeah, well,
I'm hoping and keeping my fingers crossed and praying that someday I'll get back there. I don't know when.
Yeah, no more COVID and a good amount of money, then I can do it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's
all right.
Worth the trip if you can do it.
Yeah.
What do we have here?
When did you go, Matt? When did you visit?
Like I said, I was there before the tourism hit. I was there from 79 to 81.
That's very before tourism. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in the service, assigned over in England for 2 years, so I got to go up to Liverpool a lot from where I was stationed.
Oh, cool.
But it was funny, not to take up too much more time, but funny story is I went there many a time, but it was the old Liverpool before anything of museums or statues or any of that stuff. And I remember my friend was going to go there 4 years ago. I couldn't go at the time, but he went with a relative, and he said to me, "Oh, I'm excited about going to Liverpool." And I said, "Oh, you're so lucky. I want to go back there again." I said, "Because you're going to get to see Cavern Walks, and you're going to get to see the Hard Day's Night Hotel, and you're going to get to see the statue out by the water and all that." And he said, "You know something? Yeah, you're right." He says, "I'm really excited about seeing that, and someday you'll want to go there again too and see all that." He says, "But I really envy you." He said, "I wish I could have seen Liverpool when it was just the dank, stinky, dirty, no tourism, no Beatles signs, no nothing." I said, "Oh, well, that's a good point." So I did get to see it like that, but I want to see it.
You saw the
but I want to get to see it. I want to get to see it now with the tourism.
Oh yeah, you got to.
Yeah.
But still, that's a pretty cool perspective to have, because not many people did see it back then, Americans anyway. And you saw a whole different Liverpool. So
yeah, it was just the only thing they had was one little kind of mom and pop museum on Matthew Street that was just
which is still there actually. It
was just a little kind of hole in the wall place. It wasn't that was it. There was really nothing else honoring the Beatles.
Yeah, I got the museum now on the Albert Dock.
The town fathers back then were still had their head in the sand,
They didn't. Yeah, they did not really embrace the Beatles after. Sadly, after 1980, things changed a little bit.
Things started to grow. Yeah.
Well, nobody knows if this is a joke or not from Oliver. Robert S. says, "Are you serious, Oliver? Blue Jay Way #1."
Blue Jay Way #1. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
No, don't worry about it. Andy knows what it feels like, right?
Oh God, yeah.
Don't worry, I can take it.
That's it. We get a lot of crap thrown our way.
So you've put a few of these up here.
Yeah.
And again, another show where I thought it would be shorter, around the 60-minute mark. I'm thinking this might only be 60, 65 minutes, and it went over 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, Strawberry Fields Forever.
Yes, I used to have that magazine back in the day. Yep.
What do we got here?
Playing.
I don't know which one.
Maybe he means Penny Lane. I don't know.
Be Penny Lane, right?
Yeah. Get back there. Yeah, get back to where I once belonged. I got to get back to Liverpool.
Well, I want. Too bad I can't see the real cavern. That's the only thing that.
Well, yeah, you can't see that, but
Yeah.
it's close enough. It's close enough to where it was.
Yeah, at least they have a representation of it now, which is nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, because they've got that. What you see if you ever see the videos of it, there's actually 2 stages at the cavern. There's a replica which looks like it did in the '60s, and then to the back there's a bigger stage, and that's like if you see the McCartney show when he did, that's
he's
where
at that big stage.
He's in that backstage off to the side. So.
Yeah, when I was there, it was a parking lot.
Yeah,
fascinating.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, thanks for being here, Andy. As we'd like to have you back. And here's Matthew Smith asking you one more time: what's the name of your new podcast again?
Oh, the new one that I'm doing with Ethan Alexanian is called Anything But the Beatles, and it's just a once a month thing. It's not going to be weekly or bi-weekly like Joe's shows that he does with Kid O'Toole and the Talk More Talk and my 2 legs. It's just going to be once a month, and it's called Anything But the Beatles. And we just drop them on. You can look it up on Facebook, YouTube, Podbean, and our first show is up there on the Who Sell Out, which dropped on Saturday.
Right.
Yeah.
And of course, the show that Andy does with Tom Hunyadi is called Two Legs.
Two Legs.
Paul McCartney show. Really, it's about Paul. And thanks again. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on, Matt.
Yeah,
this was a pleasure.
This has been awesome having you. Hope you'll come back.
It was. And Matt,
anytime.
Matt, keep doing what you're doing on your channel. I noticed you just recently you weren't unboxing the Plastic Ono Band album. You were boxing.
I was boxing the Plastic Ono Band album.
So check out.
So go check that out, everybody.
That video.
There's a million reviews. There's a million unboxings, but there's only one boxing.
Yeah. Joe, I promise I'm going to open this soon. I swear.
Oh, that's
I will.
Okay. It's just John. It's just John Lennon. He's been gone 40 years. It doesn't matter. Sorry, just a little humor
I
there.
know. Oh,
okay, folks.
Good job, fellas. Thank you.
It was a lot of fun as usual, and I can tell you the one thing that we're doing the White Album next, whenever we get around to it. It's going to be 30 tracks, but I'm not going to be able to make it next Sunday, so it won't be next Sunday. We don't know when. Maybe the Sunday after we'll talk about it.
That's going to be a long show.
Yeah, and we're going to need the time anyway.
We'll start at 4 in.
Yeah. We're going to have to go through them pretty quick. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for watching FaB.
Thank you, everyone.
And we will see you very soon.
Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.